today the court accepted what was been termed as a universal plea agreement between this jurisdiction and the jurisdiction of Bedford County and Montgomery County, Maryland. And as a result, the defendant has to serve 48 years in the Commonwealth of Virginia, which will run consecutive with the sentence he has in Delaware, which I understand has a remaining 11 years.
What can you tell us about the crimes that happen in Prince William County?
Well, her heinous crimes, I think you heard the victims testified, the effect that these types of crimes had on these girls is mind-boggling, and it's not untypical. And people have to realize that sexual assault of a young person has everlasting effects, and the girl said it better than I could.
Now, can you describe for us what those girls basically said in court? What happened to them?
Well, of course, they were. One of them was a relative of the defendant. They didn't know it at the time, didn't find it out till about 4 years ago. But all of them, the mother knew the defendant and put them in a place where they eventually were sexually assaulted.
And so she described how she was in the bed, and this occurred in her home, in her safe place of home.
Well, yeah, I don't know that exactly her home, but somebody's home where they were living.
Mm-hmm. So if you could, can you kind of break down again the sentencing structure? Because one of the victims stormed out and said, a profanity.
Yeah.
Was really upset about this.
Well, it's pretty obvious they don't trust anybody, including the system, but when the court started talking about a potential probation, if they were ever released, I think that she misunderstood that. But the sentencing in this case, 20 years on each case, with 8 suspended to run consecutive with each other and consecutive with the 48 years that he got in Bedford County. So the Commonwealth of Virginia has a 48-year sentence, the state of Delaware has an 11-year sentence, and he's 60 years of age, and in effect it's a life sentence. Otherwise I wouldn't enter this agreement.
There's the possibility, although unlikely, that he could get parole in his 80s. What would make him unlikely to receive parole?
It'd be mind-boggling for me to think that any court or parole board would ever even consider him for parole, no matter what. I mean, here's a man who is a pedophile. Not only is he a pedophile, he's a dangerous pedophile, and as a result, I don't think anybody's going to ever see him on the street again.
So he has 24 years that he was just sentenced to in this case, but essentially it runs concurrent, so it's almost like a wash. He gets 48 years. Well,
it's a global agreement. We all package this together, and I threw my case in the mix so that Bedford would be able to get a conviction.